Welcome back to Waza Wednesday. This week we're going to be taking a look at a sequence of movements from the Passai kata, and we're going to be looking at them from two different perspectives, one as a joint lock technique and one as a throw. So for using this sequence from Passai to apply a joint locking technique, we're going to take a look at it a little bit differently than most people do. A lot of the time when they look at this, they'll see the punch coming in and move off to this side before striking. Now that's a perfectly useful application for the technique, but we're going to be using it to get closer to them. So we're actually going to look at it from the perspective of moving sideways to orient ourselves to the side in relation to our opponent. So he punches, and I'm actually going to step in close. So I'm still working this inline front stance and my middle block, but I'm getting close to him. Now I'm going to hook this arm and punch up. So as I stand, my arm is extending, so my bicep is actually moving upward and forward to apply the joint lock. And my body weight is helping while I pull the arm down. Now from here, if this didn't actually dislocate the elbow, if he's still fighting me, then my next movement can roll into my middle block and shift down in order to apply a straight arm bar in a different plane of movement.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at this technique as a throw. First of all, a more basic version of this would be if he punches, to use it as a kick to attack or attack. So again, I'm using my stance, in this case, moving offline and then attacking. But just as with the last technique, we're going to want to be a little bit closer. So as he comes in, I'm going to block and move into him. Okay, normally we think of the hand when we look at the block, but the elbow can be pushing down. Again, I'm using my stance and my hips to take his balance so that I end up with a throw this way. So when the person comes in fast with like a haymaker, maybe you duck underneath, and then you throw this way. So again, when he throws that haymaker, I can leave my hand up if I need to. And again, I'm using my block to push and my hip to lift. So again, sometimes you'll find if your opponent is much larger than you, it's hard to do the lifting hip throws. So if you need to modify, attack a single leg. As he comes in, I can use my knee here to attack a single leg and lift. That becomes more of a disbalancing technique as opposed to a big hip throw. So again, he punches, I can strike in here, attack one, then you can side kick to the opposite knee. Just don't really hit your partner, and that's going to really damage that joint. So again, if you want to, you can strike. So he throws that punch, you can strike high with the first hand as you hit. As this lifts, you can side kick to that opposite knee, destroying the joint.